Hey y'all, this is Allison and I'm ready to do one of the pages that I just did a page kit for. My daughter got a little sparkle in her eye when she saw me working on this page kit, so I decided I should do this one first. So I've already framed the little, it looks like sprinkles paper with the turquoise. And I used my Cricut to cut 3 hearts out of some of the other patterns. I had thought about using the doily here, and it would have worked, but I had already cut this pink heart out, so I ended up not using the doily. I went with more of a graphic look on this page, and the doily, is a little delicate. So I'm liking this, but I decide I should, I had cut this the same size as the other heart, and I had meant to cut it smaller. So I just went in and trimmed it myself instead of cutting another one. So I had helped her boyfriend make the poster, because he said, he goes, "Can you help me? I have no clue." But he put the whole thing together and approved everything, and I gave him, a bunch of different ideas, and he decided the one he liked. And since my daughter was in FFA and raised lambs, we went with a sheep theme and said, "Will you, EWE, be my prom date?" And he made the whole poster. So I also decided that I wanted to distress everything, all the hearts and stuff, just to help them, give them a little more dimension and stand out rather than inking them. I would have probably inked them in blue, and I just think it didn't need it. So just to soften things a little bit and to give a little interest and dimension. I love this distress tool. I think that Tim Holtz has one similar. This is from Creative Memories, and I'm not even sure if you could buy it or if it was a freebie or what, but it's fantastic. Now, if you don't like a mess, this does, create dust or bits. So be prepared for that if you haven't distressed before. But it's definitely, it definitely gives some dimension and helps soften things. I like the look of it, especially if you have white core paper. So just finishing that up. Even with all this sort of extra work and the work on the Cricut, the page came together pretty fast, actually. That's what happens when you create these page kits. It sort of limits your what you have to go through, and helps you make decisions a little faster. So even though I didn't use a sketch for this, I saw a reference sketch that had some hearts on it, and I thought, oh, hearts are the answer, with all the papers that I have. So here's where I'm checking out the doily. I mean, that wouldn't have looked bad, but then I would have wasted the one that I cut out. So definitely putting a sheep on there. And I'm not loving the color on that little other one. I do fussy cut this out. I don't think it stays on the layout though. It just didn't, I couldn't fit it in right. So now I'm just checking out the other pieces of ephemera that I have. That's a little speech bubble, so I wanted to include that on there. I think I do. I think it stays there. This was actually a birthday paper kit collection, but I think it works for this. So just spreading those out, and I did trim this photo, so it's 4x5, and I matted it with the pink. I had thought I might mat it with the turquoise, but then there's a lot of turquoise already in the picture, so I didn't really need that. And I'm even distressing this little date label. This has been in my stash for so many years, y'all. I think it's old Heidi Swapp or something. So I'm just auditioning pieces, trying to decide where I might want them, seeing if I can use any more of those little turquoise circles, get them used up. And then the title, I'm going to do Promposal. And I'm just going to follow the lines of the heart, which is not that easy when you go into the crevice of a heart, but I make it work. So I do fuss around with it quite a bit, though, trying to get it to look right. And then I decide I will do their names with the pink letters. And I haven't done that much before, so. Here's where I decide I should put this lamb down before I do the letters. Of course, that I end up having to move it after, but that's okay. And I'm just putting some dimensional adhesive under the side that's not on the photos, just so it sits pretty flat or even. So you can't see it great in this video, but in real life, I lined them up so I wasn't too much on the pink line, and you can see everything. And I didn't have an ampersand on this set of letters, I don't think, so I used a heart instead. It has numbers, but not punctuation. Here, I'm just shifting stuff around, trying to make it work. So that's like a subtitle. And then this little thought bubble is real cute, I thought. And I had originally thought that I would write yes in that word bubble, but I end up using the thought bubble instead. I'm trying to get some of these little floral elements on there. It's a simple page. It's not, I didn't do too many layers, keeping it pretty graphic. And then just trying to connect those elements a little bit. And I ended up not liking the pink on that speech bubble after I got everything else on there. And then this just says magical. So then it reads magical promposal. And I think I do get one of these on there. And then I have my daughter write the word yes on there when we're done. And I like the way that sort of finishes off the title. You know, there's something at the beginning and something at the end instead of it just hanging out there. And we're going to do some enamel dots, 3 little sets, and that's all it is. That's the page done. I already had the lamb made in my stash, so that made it faster. And so please give this video a thumbs up. We're about to do some close-ups. I do a nice variety of videos, layouts, cards, hauls, page kits, and I really appreciate you guys watching. This was a cute page. Thanks a lot, you guys.